Well, that's typical tough from the policeman from the Roman city of Carcassonne in the south of France. Andrea Mayer for BMW, 28th on the special, and the First Lady, the bike event this year, riding for the Richard Schalber BMW team. He was a former Dakar and he now organizes enduro schools, and this bike is one of the 2 prototype BMW F650 Funduros. They're Rotax-based engines, and Andrea really flying now, 36th overall. Christophe Meillat on the Honda 400. Going along the pipeline from El Borma to Algeria. You'll just see it in a moment. There's a black line going along these pistes today. 18th on the special and 18th overall. Catching up with Philippe Barbini on the KTM, in fact passing him at some speed. Barbini, Rodolfo Rocco and others. Axel Berger there on the KTM from France. It's not all easy, as Axel Berger demonstrates. Remember Randy Mamola's fall in Grand Prix motorcycle racing? Well, just watch this. Well, that man should get the award for driver of the day. There is the pipeline. That's as big as it is. It lies on the surface and it carries oil from Tunisia into Algeria. Well, here comes the First Lady, Andrea Mayer, and we took the chance to talk to her on her arrival. We worked very well today, she told us, but the first 100 kilometers were pretty quick, and I was able to catch up in some places. In the little dunes it worked out well also, because the engine's got a lot of torque, really low down power, and again I was able to catch up some places. So good job there done by her. With Terry Magnaldi heading into the dunes, let's have a quick look at where the Brits were. 12 of them still in the bike section, and the best placed at the moment in 50th place, Clive Garnham for KTM, 53rd. Ian Myers for Honda, 58th Pat Priestley for Husqvarna, 60th Steve Haig for Husqvarna, 67th Mike Hughes for Honda, 68th Ian Carr for Honda, 70th Rario Sayashan for Honda, and in 73rd Graham Noyce for Honda, the Bremner Honda. We thought we'd lost him yesterday. His teammate John Taylor is out, but Graham still running, he'd stopped to help. 149th Andy McDonald for Honda, 105th Alex Marr for Honda, 106th Rob Vanderberg for KTM, and 148th and last of the Brits still running, Tim Summers for Honda. There was 118 bikers left of the 161 who started. Sorry, Tim Summers, we should say 118th, not 148th. Running last. Well, out of the rally today, Cyril Esquidol for Honda. He was 8th last night after falling when his rear shocker linkage broke. He's hurt his back and has been repatriated to France by air ambulance, but we're told the injury is not serious, it's more back strain than serious damage. So a hard day for the bikers today, but even harder tomorrow because they go into the monster dunes now along the Borma circle. Let's just get confirmation of those bike results, and the stage going to Magnaldi by 2 minutes 46 seconds from Mioni, Agradi, Saint and Chiesa now. Marco Chiesa moving up on the KTM into 5th place on that special. So all KTMs today. Not quite the same story overall because we've got a Kawasaki Perez still there. This morning's leader now falling down to 4th place. Mioni, the new leader from Magnaldi, Saint Perez, and Fabrizio Agradi bringing up 5th.
Manchmal muss man schnell handeln. Da hilft der Citibank Sofortkredit, denn wir entscheiden sofort, auch wenn Sie bei uns kein Konto haben.
The city never sleeps, Citibank.
Die Welt ist nicht für alle gleich. Kinderarbeit zerstört Körper und Seele. Helfen Sie diesen Kindern und rufen Sie jetzt an unter 0183 201 202.
Millionen Kinder müssen arbeiten, um zu überleben oder weil sie von skrupellosen Geschäftemachern dazu gezwungen werden. Terre des Hommes hilft, dass diese Kinder wieder ein menschenwürdiges Leben führen können. Ich bitte Sie, geben wir diesen Kindern ihr Lachen zurück und die Zeit zum Spielen und Lernen. Helfen Sie Terre des Hommes mit Ihrer Spende. Rufen Sie jetzt an unter 0183 201 202.
Fakten, Fakten, Fakten und an die Leser denken.
Über 5 Millionen Leser informieren sich Woche für Woche mit Fokus. Lesen auch Sie Nachrichten ohne Umwege. Fokus kommt schneller auf den Punkt. Überzeugen Sie sich selbst. Wählen Sie 0130 3009 und testen Sie Fokus 10 Wochen lang für nur 36 Mark. Als kleines Dankeschön erhalten Sie die Original Fokus Mini Datenbank. Rufen Sie jetzt an 0130 3009. Wir schicken Ihnen postwendend die Unterlagen zu.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Tunisia Rally, Day 5, Stage 5, and an impromptu helicopter display from one of the organisation pilots. All this really to show off this incredible scenery they're going through today. Well, 3 special sections, distinct sections on the Ramada El Bourma stage today. We didn't see quite so much on the bikes, but here is what they had to go through. And we're following the cars now through this 270-kilometre special. First of all, 90 kilometres of canyons. Here they are. Secondly, a brief respite on hard-surfaced pistes. And then thirdly, amongst the dunes of the Algerian border. There's that oil pipeline again as we meet Ari Vatanen almost head-on the road to Dendron. Pierre Lartigue also being chased by the helicopters, and Pierre Lartigue for Citroën wins the special and keeps his general lead, building up now to 8 hours overall, 47 minutes, and a 6-minute 30-second lead over his teammate Ari Vatanen. Lartigue had a puncture very early on, lost 5 minutes. But this man then, Vatanen, also punctured. He had 2. So what Lartigue lost to him was then lost back by Vatanen. And Vatanen finishing the special 6 minutes and 30 seconds down in the overall standings. But just look at this scenery they're going through today. Escarpments, cliffs, canyons. You make a wrong foot here, you're in big, big trouble with some of the cliffs. But further on, we pick up Lartigue again. Lartigue driving with Michel Perrin. And Ari Vatanen driving with the top place Britain on the rally, Scotland's own Fred Gallagher, organiser of the RAC rally. Fred having been invited back by Ari after a big accident. Here is Ari and Fred together. A big accident Ari had on the Baja Italia just a month ago. It was a repeat accident of the one that nearly killed him in Argentina 12 years ago. And he blamed a wrong slot by his navigator, fired him, and has taken on our Fred. So Lartigue, the desert master, picking his way through the dunes, as does this man, Jean-Louis Schlesser. He, though, does not have the benefit of 4-wheel drive, just 2-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive in this Seat V6-powered Schlesser original buggy. Schlesser third on the stage, 18 minutes, 48 seconds down on the Citroëns, but keeping his third place overall, 1 hour and 14 minutes back now. Yes, he has fallen to more than an hour behind the 2 red twins. Here's this middle section of the stage. Hard surface pistes. Almost like driving on normal roads. But where do you find roads that go through scenery like this, outside the Sahara? Well, Philippe Monet, Schlesser's co-driver, tells us how it all went. So, well, you have to really be on the ball with the beacons, the GPS. You can't trust it 100%. You've got to have some feeling for the land. And that's the phenomenon which makes the difference between being just an ordinary co-driver and a leading one. Nice modest comment there from the man. Jutta Kleinschmidt, Schlesser's teammate, crossing the pipeline. Fourth on the special, 27 minutes, 26 seconds down on today's winner, Lartigue.
Today was quite okay for us. We had a small problem with one puncture, but I think also this was normal because many concurrents had a puncture today. It was very, very stony. For us it's a little bit more dangerous because we have different tires in the front and in the back, and I had a puncture on the back, so we have only one spare tire for this. So after I had to drive a little bit easier to have not a second one. Otherwise I would maybe stay in the desert, so I prefer to don't drive too fast and arrive in the bivouac.
Well, problems for nearly everybody today. We heard about those punctures for Lartigue, for Vatanen, for Jutta Kleinschmidt, and Terry de Laverne. Here he is, had 2 punches yesterday, had 1 more today. He's getting really fed up. 5th on the special and 5th overall, the only man keeping in touch with the front 4. This is Mikhail Nadishkin, the Russian Mitsubishi driver. He's now leading T2 after Colombo broke his axle and lost 20 minutes. He's got 2 hours, 41 minutes and 44 seconds back from Lartigue, though. And Jean-Pierre Strugo for Mitsubishi, the T1 leader. Here is Strugo. T1 winner also today in the production class. And would you believe he's now leading the T2 class as well? He's in 6th place overall, right behind Terry de Laverne, on 2 hours, 34 minutes and 39 seconds. Well, Strugo told us nothing really astounding today. It's a normal production engine. The shockers are limited. We're not allowed to do much. Everything's very homologated. So we managed to find a good rhythm and regularity, and it's really down to the driving. I hope it's going to be fine. Well, here's one of the more unusual entries. This is the Lancia Delta Integrale of Philippe Oliveira. 41st in the special and 30th in the general classification. But he's got problems, as you can see. Well, he and Philippe Ray's co-driver get out, have a look round, see what's going on. Have you got a pen? Philippe asks someone who stops. We have to take the pressure out of the tires. Uh-oh. 3.8. That's why we're stuck in the sand. They're much too hard. Well, they let the tires down as others come to help. Here is someone who's in no position to help at the moment. He's trying to get through himself. But once he's by, this man, Pierre Sichart, will stop. And he did just what he did yesterday when he helped Andrea Mayer when she ran out of fuel. He comes to see what he can do. Well, remember, the Lancias are 4-wheel drive, so it's just a question of taking it easy, and eventually they will get themselves out. With the help of the sandboards. Well, Viktor Moskovsky for Kamaz leading the trucks. He won the stage today. For the trucks, they're running in their own class, incidentally, not amongst the cars this year. So the 5 trucks, the 2 Kamazes against 3 Mercedes. And these monster master Kamazes just pounding across the desert. He's taken 10 hours, 14 minutes and 25 seconds so far on the event. That compares to the 8 hours, 47 of Lartigue. And Bernard Anquetil, here he is in the T1 Nissan Patrol in the dunes. He's 16th on the special, 17th overall. Followed by Nissan's Franco Germanetti. 9th overall at the moment, 3 hours and 1 minute back from Lartigue. So another hard day ahead tomorrow. There's going to be the monster dunes on the El Borma Loop, and a risk that you might go into Algeria or into even Libya by mistake if you have navigation problems. Confirmation of stage 5. Lartigue from Vatanen, Schlesser from Kleinschmidt, Toy de Ladverne 5th. No change since the rally started. It's been that order on the special stages every day, and so too has the general order. There it is, no change at all. Just those distances between second and third, and fourth and fifth, getting longer and longer. Well, I say it, join us same time tomorrow night. See you then.
Rally Optic 2000 Tunisia is brought to you by Optic 2000 and Knorr.
Welcome to Eurosport and welcome to our continuing coverage of the 16th Rally of Tunisia, round 2 of the FIA World Cup. And here are the competitors lining up yesterday as we look back at the events of the 5th day of this 8-day event. Now right in the south of Tunisia, and yesterday as we see these magnificent camel trains going across the northern Sahara here, Terry Magnaldi goes through to win the special and takes second place in the general classification. He's never been in the lead of the rally yet, and it looks at the moment like he's not going to. Fabrizio Mioni second on the special and still in the overall lead of the rally by just 47 seconds from Magnaldi. Flavio Gradi, another KTM rider, third on the special yesterday. This was on Thursday, April 10, and fifth in the general classification. Well, it hasn't been quite so competitive in the car section. Pierre Lartigue winning the special and continuing to lead the rally overall as he has done since they arrived in Tunisia. He's got a 6-minute 30-second lead over his Citroën teammate Ari Vatanen, the Flying Finn. Lartigue has won this event 7 times, Vatanen once, and it looks like he's going to be winning it again. Schlesser third on the special yesterday and still third overall. That's how it's been since the rally started. With problems for others, Alex Breda manages to actually fall across the oil pipeline that runs from El Bourma into Algeria. He's also damaged his fuel tap. Best thing is to lie the bike on its side before it all runs out. Which he does, and gets on with repairing it. There's plenty of fuel in that pipeline, but he's losing all his at the moment if he doesn't do something quickly about stopping that leak. Trouble getting the bike started now, and Giacomo Ferri is another one with a few problems. He's in the Clay Regazzoni Honda team. He's got loose steering and he's tightening it up. Nothing too serious.
Un altro pilota. Io ho completamente stortato tutto l'avantreno e ho staccato I fili elettrici del roadbook. Sto tentando di riparare per riuscire ad arrivare all'assistenza e farmi dare una mano dai miei meccanici. Ma ce la faccio. Grazie.
Breathless work
soprattutto
on the longest stage of the rally.
Che mi ha tolto la moto di dosso, mentre un italiano è passato e non ha neanche guardato.
Well, bigger problems for André Jordinier, the Frenchman in his Leclerc Ipso, stopped on the side of the piste. He's got electrical problems. Well, it seems to be the ignition, he says. I haven't got any power coming through. Must be an ignition problem. I think it's a link with the main battery cable. Everything looks okay, so we're trying to find if there's a broken wire somewhere. I don't understand why, and I can't find out where the electric cable comes through. Well, for the moment, well, it's not good. We've restarted, we've done 2 kilometers, but every time it stops again. Godfrey Jochemans, the French driver in the Toyota, going by as he looks at others who've got trouble. These are the Brits, Rob van der Berg and Alex Marr, Honda and KTM rider respectively. There's Alex on his Honda XR400. He's stopped to help Rob van der Berg, who rides for the Husky Sport KTM team.
This has moved, that's what putting it in gear, because it's touching the... You see what I mean?
we should be further in.
Yeah.
So good to hear British voices right in the middle of Tunisia. Incidentally, confirmed out is John Taylor on the Bryn Mawr Electrical Honda, out of the rally, and so too is Honda's Steve Wood. Well, this is Tunisian driver Hatem Achour. His Mitsubishi's stopped and he's trying to find out why too. Well, we've broken the radiator, he says. There's the hole. We're trying to put soap in it to seal it up. It's a good system. It works every time, and something you have to learn in Tunisia. Rub soap against the radiator and it should continue. There we are. And if you ask our friends Ben Schlesser and Abu Lachtig, you can tell them what we're doing. That's it. Here we are. Now we can go on. Fire the GPS up. Fire the Mitsubishi up. And the Tunisians get back into the event. Well, that was yesterday's happenings. Join us after a short break and we'll have a look to see what happened today, Friday, on the Rally Tunisia.